Have you ever met a stranger who changed your life without even knowing it? One rainy evening, Sarah was walking home when she saw an old man sitting alone at a bus stop. He looked cold, tired, and worried. Sarah wanted to keep walking, but something inside her said, "Stop." She had no idea that this simple decision would change her life forever. Welcome to MysteryVerse, where you learn English through powerful stories. Listen carefully, learn the vocabulary, and repeat the important sentences with me. Part 1. The rainy evening. It was a cold Tuesday evening. Sarah had just finished work. She was tired and wanted to get home quickly. Dark clouds covered the sky and heavy rain began to fall. Sarah opened her umbrella and started walking toward the bus stop. Achou al quer, Senhor Bench. He wasn't using an umbrella. His clothes were wet and he looked worried. Sarah stopped. She looked at him for a moment. Then she asked, "Sarah, sir, are you okay?" The old man looked up. He smiled weakly. "Aldemar, yes, I'm okay. I'm just waiting for my bus." Sarah looked at the road. There were no buses. "Sarah, you've been waiting for a long time, haven't you?" The man nodded. "Almost 2 hours." Sarah was surprised. "Sarah, tour, in tes train." The old man smiled again. Sometimes life doesn't give us what we expect. Sarah didn't know what to say, so she sat beside him. Vocabulary Part 1. 1. Rainy, having a lot of rain. It was a rainy evening. 2. Worried, feeling nervous about something. The old man looked worried. 3. Weakly, without much strength. He smiled weakly. 4. Expect to think something will happen. Life doesn't always give us what we expect. 5. Notice, to see or become aware of something. Sarah noticed the old man. Repère. Sarah noticed an old man sitting alone. Buzz. He looked worried. Pause. Sarah decided to help him. Part 2. The conversation. Sarah and the old man sat quietly for several minutes. Then the man asked, "Do you believe that people can change each other's lives?" Sarah laughed softly. "I don't know. I've never thought about it." The man looked at her. Sometimes a small act of kindness can mean more than you realize. Sarah looked at him carefully. "Are you talking about something that happened to you?" The old man nodded. "Many years ago, someone helped me when I had nothing." Sarah became curious. "What happened?" The man took a deep breath. "I had just lost my job. I had no money, no home, and no idea what to do." Sarah listened carefully. "One day, I was sitting outside a restaurant. I was hungry and hopeless. Then a young woman walked toward me. She bought me some food and gave me enough money to get through the week. Sarah's my l'aide. That was very kind of her." The old man nodded. "Yes, but she didn't know what would happen next." Vocabulary Part 2. Kindness, the quality of being caring and helpful. A small act of kindness can change someone's life. Realize, to suddenly understand something. You may not realize how important your help is. Curious, wanting to know more. Sarah became curious. Hopeless, feeling that nothing can improve. He felt hungry and hopeless. Get through, to survive or manage a difficult period. The money helped him get through the week. Part 3. The secret. Sarah looked at the old man. What happened to you after that? The man smiled. I found another job. Then I started a small business. Eventually, my business became successful. Sarah was impressed. That's amazing. The man nodded. But that's not the most important part of the story. Sarah scared. Then what is? The old man reached into his pocket. He pulled out an old photograph. He gave it to Sarah. Sarah looked at the picture. Her eyes became wide. She recognized the woman immediately. It was her mother. Sarah couldn't speak. Where did you get this? The old man smiled. Your mother was the woman who helped me. Sarah's eyes filled with tears. Her mother had died several years earlier. She had never heard this story before. The old man continued. Your mother changed my life. And tonight you stopped to help me. Sarah looked at him. So you knew who I was? The old man smiled. I recognized your face. Sarah began to cry. The rain continued to fall. But suddenly, the cold evening didn't feel so cold anymore. Vocabulary Part 3. Eventually, after some time. Eventually, his business became successful. Recognize, to know someone or something because you have seen it before. Sarah recognized her mother. Immediately, at once. Very quickly. She recognized the woman immediately. Tears, drops of water that come from your eyes when you cry. Her eyes filled with tears. Recognize someone's face, to know someone by looking at their face. He recognized her face. LESSON. Narrator. Sometimes, we don't realize how powerful a small act of kindness can be. Hasmaïl. Un quint d'word. A helping hand. You may think it's something small. But for another person, it could mean everything. Sarah helped a stranger. Years earlier, her mother had helped that same stranger. One act of kindness had created another. And that's the beautiful mystery of life. Speaking practice. Now repeat these sentences. A small act of kindness can change someone's life. You never know how much your help means to someone. 3. Sometimes, strangers become important parts of our lives. 4. We should always try to help people when we can. 5. Kindness can create a chain of positive change. Finale réveil W. Today, you learned worried, feeling nervous or concerned. Notice, to become aware of something. Kindness, caring, and helpful behavior. Curious, wanting to know more. Hopeless, feeling that nothing will improve. Realize, to understand something. Eventually, after some time. Recognize, to know someone or something you've seen before. Immediately, at once. Tears, drops from your eyes when crying. Pero effusion a l'utero. Narrator. Did you enjoy this story? Remember, don't just listen. Listen, pause, repeat, speak. That's how you turn English knowledge into English confidence. Sarah thought the story was over. But she was wrong. The old man had one more secret to reveal, a secret connected to Sarah's mother. And what he told her next left Sarah completely speechless. Stay with us on MysteryVerse, because this part of the story will teach you not only English, but also a powerful lesson about kindness, family, and gratitude. The story continues. Sarah looked at the old photograph again. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. The woman in the picture was definitely her mother. Sarah slowly looked at the old man. Sarah, how did you know my mother? The old man took a deep breath. Oldement, your mother helped me when I was going through the hardest period of my life. Sarah listened carefully. Oldement, I had lost my job. I had no money, and I was sleeping on the streets. Sarah's expression changed. She had never known that her mother had helped someone in such a difficult situation. Sarah, what did my mother do for you? The old man smiled. She didn't simply give me money. She gave me hope. Sarah became emotional. Oldement. Every morning, she brought me breakfast. She encouraged me to look for work. And whenever I felt like giving up, she reminded me that difficult times don't last forever. Sarah wiped a tear from her eye. Sarah, that's exactly the kind of person she was. The old man nodded. Yes, your mother was a remarkable woman. Then he reached into his coat and pulled out a small envelope. He handed it to Sarah. Sarah, what's this? Oldement. Your mother gave it to me many years ago. Sarah opened the envelope carefully. Inside was a short handwritten message. She read it aloud. If you ever become successful, don't forget the people who helped you when you had nothing. Sarah stared at the message. She suddenly understood why the old man had been waiting for her. Sarah, you came here because of my mother. The old man smiled. I came here because I wanted to thank her. Épousette. But she isn't here anymore. Sarah's eyes filled with tears. The old man continued. So when I saw you tonight, I knew I had to tell you the truth. Sarah smiled through her tears. Thank you for remembering my mother. The old man stood up. His bus finally arrived. Before getting on, he turned around and said, Your mother helped me when I was a stranger. Tonight, you helped me when I was a stranger. Perhaps kindness has a way of finding its way back to us. Sarah smiled. Maybe you're right. The bus drove away. Sarah stood alone under the streetlight, but she didn't feel alone anymore. She felt connected to her mother in a way she had never experienced before. And that night, Sarah made a promise. She would continue her mother's legacy. She would help others whenever she could. Because she finally understood something important. Kindness never disappears. VOCABULARY. 1. Remarkable. Something or someone that is unusually impressive. Your mother was a remarkable woman. 2. Encourage. To give someone confidence or hope. She encouraged me to look for work. 3. J'y vais. Don't stop trying. Don't give up when life becomes difficult. Fourrant enveloppe. A paper container used for a letter or document. He handed Sarah a small envelope. Fivet legacy. Something valuable that someone leaves behind. Sarah wanted to continue her mother's legacy. 6. Connected. Feeling emotionally linked to someone or something. Sarah felt connected to her mother. 7. Disappear. To stop being, seen or to no longer exist. Kindness never disappears. 8. Gratitude. A feeling of being thankful. The old man wanted to show his gratitude. Speaking practice. Listen and repeat. My mother gave me hope. Pause. She encouraged me not to give up. Buzz, kindness can change someone's life. Buzz, I want to continue her legacy. Buzz, kindness never disappears. Lesson from the story. Narrateur. Sometimes the good things we do for others come back to us in unexpected ways. You may forget the kindness you showed someone years ago, but that person may remember it forever. So never underestimate a small act of kindness. Un simple méal. Un quint d'ouorde. A helping hand. Or simply telling someone, don't give up. You never know how much it might mean to them. MysteryVerse. Listen to the story. Learn the vocabulary. Repeat the sentences. And improve your English naturally. This is MysteryVerse. Keep listening. Keep learning. Keep growing.